Good morning, students. I hope you are all doing good. Let us see what we are going to discuss in today's class. Good morning, ma. In previous class, we have started with long form of periodic table. In that, regarding periods, we have seen, and just small recall. 7 periods. First period is containing 2 elements, which is shortest period. Second and third short periods. Like this, yesterday we have seen. Fourth and sixth periods contain all the 3 states of elements. So all the 3 solid, liquid and gas are present in only 2 periods. Those are fourth and sixth period. First period contain only gaseous elements, hydrogen and helium. Yesterday we have gone through groups also. First A group is called alkali metals. Why those are called alkali metals also I told. Second A group, alkaline earth metals. Third A group is called boron family. Fourth A group is called carbon family. Like that we have seen. Now in today's class we will start with the next group, that is 5th A group. 5th A group is also called 15th group, which is called nitrogen family. This nitrogen family is also called nicogens. Nitrogen family is also called nicogens. What are the elements present in this nitrogen family? Nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth. What is the outermost electronic configuration of this group? If you see nitrogen, 2s2 2p3, phosphorus 3s2 3p3, arsenic 4s2 4p3, antimony 5s2 5p3, bismuth 6s2 6p3. I am writing only outermost configurations. Don't think that this is complete configuration. This is only outermost configuration I wrote. In this outermost configuration, how many electrons are present? 5 electrons are present. Okay, that is equal to group number. Or according to long form of periodic table, 10 plus 5 is equal to 15 group number. Now, why these are called nicogens? Before the discovery of these elements, scientists know about their hydrates. Hydrates are nothing but NH3, PH3, ASH3, SbH3, BiH3. Those hydrates only we know. Hydrogen compounds, these elements, when they react with hydrogen, they will form hydrogen containing compounds. Okay, those are all causing breathlessness. Suppose NH3, in presence of NH3, if human being is present, okay, breathlessness, choking will be happened, pungent smell. Even PH3 is also like that only. That's why this is the term, means choking, like that, breathlessness causing nature. In another language it is called nicogen. So these compounds are causing that one. That's why these are called nicogens. Before their discovery itself, their hydrogen compounds were known. Okay, they will cause breathlessness to human beings. According to that, we got the term nicogens. Normally it is started with nitrogen, that's why it is called nitrogen family. Is it clear? Next we will go for 6th A group. 6th A or 16th group. This is oxygen family. Or chalcogens. oxygen family are chalcogens. What are the elements present in this? Oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium. Outermost electronic configuration of oxygen is 2s2 2p4, sulfur 3s2 3p4, selenium 4s2 4p4, tellurium 5s2 5p4, and polonium 6s2 6p4. In outermost shell, how many electrons are there in this group? 6. So this is equal to 6th A group, or 10 plus 6 is equal to group number. Why these are called chalcogens? First two elements of this group, oxygen and sulfur, okay, these two are especially called as ore forming elements. Ore forming elements. Ores means metals will be obtained from their compounds in a profitable way. Means we can obtain metals from the metallic compounds. Majorly those metallic compounds are existed in the form of oxides and sulfides. Majorly ores of metals are existed in the form of oxides and sulfides. That's why these are like ore forming elements. It is the term related to chalcogens. That's why it got the name chalcogens. Is it okay, ma'am? What is meant by ore? We will obtain metal from their minerals in a profitable way. Those minerals, from that minerals, if you are able to obtain the metal in a profitable way, those minerals are called ores. Actually, that is the term related to metallurgy. Okay. Even in 10th class also, you might have seen that extraction of metals. Those metals extraction will be happened from majority of oxides and sulfides only. That's why these two elements are exclusively called ore forming elements. That's why these are called chalcogens. Okay, ma, this is the information related to 6th A. Next we can go to 7th A group. Seventh A group or 17th group. This group contains fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine. 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 Outermost electronic configuration of fluorine is 2s2 2p5, chlorine 3s2 3p5, bromine 4s2 4p5, iodine 5s2 5p5, astatine 6s2 6p5. In outermost shell, how many electrons are present in this group? 7 electrons. That's why it is equal to that group number, or 10 plus 7 is equal to 17. Okay, ma? That is the group number. This group is called fluorine family. Instead of fluorine family, it is very familiar with halogens, because all these elements are obtained from sea, sea water. That's why these are all called halogens. Next one, inert gases. Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. Helium actually it is not following the configuration of remaining elements. Outermost configuration of helium is not following the configurations of remaining elements, but helium properties are same like remaining elements properties. That's why even though electronic configuration is not getting matched, helium was kept in this group only. Helium is highly inert in nature. These are all also inert in nature. Meaning of inertness is they will not combine with others. These are all very, inert is nothing but they are all non-reactive elements. Okay, see, outermost configuration of neon is 2s2 2p6, argon 3s2 3p6, krypton 4s2 4p6, xenon 5s2 5p6, and radon 6s2 6p6. These elements are belonging to group number 8, or we will say 18th group, or 0 group, like that. With names we can write. These are all about names, numbers ma. Different names are there. First one, these are called inert gases, aerogens, noble gases, rare gases, with these many names we can find. See, inertness or nobleness, both are same only. These are all very less reactive or completely non-reactive. Initially they found that all elements are non-reactive only. That's why they kept the name inert gases. But after some years they found the compounds of xenon. But those compounds are also very less. With oxygen and fluorine only, the xenon is able to form compounds. So they are not completely inert. Xenon is not completely inert, but it is noble, like gold, platinum. This is also less reactive. That's why they kept the name noble gases. Aerogens. These all gases are present in atmosphere only, air. All these gases are available from air. That's why these are called aerogens. Rare gases. These are exclusively very less amounts they are present in air. Here rare is nothing but abundance of these gases are less. Abundance of these gases is less. That's why these are called rare gases. These many names are there. Why these are called zero group? Because their valence is zero. They will not combine with others. Na? If they are not able to combine with others, their valence is zero. 18th group according to modern periodic table, number is 18. 8th group because these elements contain, except helium, remaining all elements contain outermost electrons 8 ma. That's why this is coming under 8th group. So these many names are there for this group. This is about 8th group. This is the information about groups ma. Previously we have seen periods. Anyways, here itself we have written electronic configurations na, outermost electronic configuration. That's why group wise general outermost electronic configuration I am going to mention. See, first A group. Observe, this is not general electronic configuration. General outermost electronic configuration. General outermost electronic configuration of first group is equal to NS1. N is nothing but that number of that outermost shell, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you keep n is equal to 2, you will get lithium. If you keep n is equal to 3, you will get sodium. N is equal to 4, potassium, like that. That's why general outermost electronic configuration of first group is NS1. Okay, next. General outermost electronic configuration of second group is NS2. General outermost electronic configuration of second group is NS2. Third group is NS2NP1. See, 2s2 2p1, 3s2 3p1, like that, ns2 np1. General outermost electronic configuration of third group is ns2 np1. Fourth group is ns2 np2. 14th group or fourth A group, ns2 np2. And nitrogen family, ns2 np3. Oxygen family, ns2 np4. General outermost electronic configuration of oxygen family is ns2 np4. General outermost electronic configuration of halogen family, halogens, ns2 np5. And inert gases, ns2 np6. Is it okay, ma? Now coming to periodic table. We have discussed the groups 1, 2, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. What are the names? All these things we have seen. And we have one more group, copper, silver, gold. That is 1b. That is 11th group. 11th group or 1b. One B group elements present there, copper, silver and gold. This is called coinase metals. That group name is coinase metals. 1b. Copper, silver and gold. In olden days they used to do coins, means they used to manufacture the coins with these elements, copper, silver and gold. That's why these are called coinase metals. 1b group. 1b group is also called 11th group. Okay, ma? Excluding this, no other group is getting particular name also. Okay. Regarding lanthanides and actinides, these two rows we will discuss in blocks, ma. There we will get clarity about these two. At the time once again I will come to this periodic table. Is it okay? After some extent I will show the periodic table in textbook also. Before that, I hope you are clear up to this. Okay, the information about periods and groups is clear. Now we will go to next classification of this periodic table. Before going to that next classification, we have to know one definition. Differentiating electron. Simple only. The electron which differentiates two elements. The electron which differentiates two elements is called differentiating electron. The electron which differentiates two elements is called differentiating electron. For example, hydrogen electronic configuration is 1s1. Helium electronic configuration is 1s2. Difference between this hydrogen and helium is second electron. In hydrogen, we have first electron here. Helium, two electrons are present. This second electron differentiates helium from hydrogen. That is nothing but like last electron also we can tell. The electron which differentiates two elements is called differentiating electron. We can say that is like last electron also. Is it okay, ma? See, correctly hydrogen and helium are differentiated by this one only, this electron. That is called differentiating electron. Now depending on differentiating electron present in which orbital, depending on differentiating electron present in which subshell. Total periodic table is classified into four blocks. Depending on differentiating electron present in which subshell, total periodic table is classified into four blocks. Those are S block, P block, D block, and F block. Depending on differentiating electron present in or last electron present in which subshell, total periodic table is classified into four blocks: S block, P block, D block, F block. Like that we have four blocks. Okay, for your reference now itself, in a rough way we can show the periodic classification periodic table like this. This total periodic table is classified into how many blocks? S block, P block, D block, F block. Okay, this is called S block, left side. Information about that S block, P block separately we will discuss. Just rough idea, this is the rough representation of the periodic table. This is P block. In between S and P we have D block, and down we kept two separate rows, lanthanides and actinides, that is called F block. Okay, meaning of that one, in S block the elements contain differentiating electron present in S subshell. In P block the elements contain differentiating electron in P block, P subshell. In D block differentiating electron is present in D subshell. In F block differentiating electron is present in F subshell. Is it okay, ma? Now according to block wise we will see the information. Let us start with S block. I hope you are clear. Okay, ma, let us see about S block. In S block, differentiating electron is present in which subshell? S subshell. That's why only this block is called S block. Okay. Generally, S subshell can accommodate maximum 2 electrons. Generally, S subshell can accommodate maximum 2 electrons. So, how many groups are present in S block? S block has 2 groups. Those 2 groups are 1A and 2A. 1A is group number 1, 2A group number 2. Lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium, beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, radium. These two groups are coming under S block. General outermost electronic configuration of first group is NS1. General outermost electronic configuration of second group is NS2. So general outermost electronic configuration of S block is NS122. General outermost electronic configuration of S block is NS122, meaning NS1, NS2, NS2. Commonly we wrote it as NS122. These are high reactive metals present in the periodic table. These elements are high reactive elements, high reactive metals. This is the information about S block. See, NS1, NS2. That last electron is present in S block, S subshell. 2 electrons can be accommodated. That see, last electron is present in S subshell. That's why these are coming under S block. Okay. Next, shall we see P block? P block, the elements contain differentiating electron present in P subshell. If the differentiating electron is present in P subshell, then that block is called P block. Okay. We know P subshell can accommodate maximum 6 electrons. That's why P block has 6 groups. Those group numbers are 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A, 7A, 8th or 0 group. Group number of 3A, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. In this, under the heading P block elements in class 11th, you will study 13th and 14th groups, boron family and carbon family. In 12th class, under the heading P block elements, you will study 15, 16, 17, 18 groups. With some deleted syllabus for you, in last year you have seen 15, 16, 17, 18, 4 groups. Totally 6 groups are there. 2 groups you are going to study in 11th class and 4 groups you are going to study in 12th class. And even S block, S group elements are there. S block, under the heading you will study 2. So in 11th class you will study these 2 along with P block 13 and 14. 4 groups you will study. Okay na? Next in 12th class, these 4 groups under the heading P block and D and F block elements separately you will study. D and F. Like the total periodic table you are going to study in 11th and 12th. Next, coming to this general outermost electronic configuration of these group elements. Once I will write once again because you will be getting habituation. Okay, see. Boron, aluminium, gallium, indium, thallium. carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, lead, nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth, oxygen, sulfur, selenium, Se, tellurium, polonium, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, acetylene, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. These are 6 groups: 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and this is 18. General outermost electronic configuration of 13th group: ns2 np1. 14th group: ns2 np2. 15th: ns2 np3, ns2 np4, ns2 np5, ns2 np6, p1, p2, p3, p4, p5, p6. That last electron is present in p subshell. Check that one. That's why these are coming under p block, except helium. Helium is the exception. Electronic configuration of helium 1s2, the differentiating electron is present in s, but it is not belonging to s block, as it is showing the characteristics of these inert gases, as it is showing the inertness like these groups, these group elements they kept under here. But helium actually should be belonging to s block according to our definition, but exception case this one we kept in p block. Okay, by seeing this general electronic configuration, general outermost electronic configuration of p block is ns2 np126. General outermost electronic configuration of p block is ns2 np126. s block ns122. S block contains only metals. P block contains metals, non-metals, and metalloids also. All the categories are present in P block: metals, non-metals, and metalloids. Metalloids are the elements which shows the properties of both metals and non-metals. Metalloids are the elements which shows the properties of both metals and non-metals. Boron, silicon, germanium, strontium, tellurium, polonium. These are all metalloids. Boron, silicon, germanium, strontium, antimony. Strontium is the Latin name, antimony is the name, normal name. Tellurium, polonium. These are all metalloids. Carbon, nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, oxygen, sulfur, selenium, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, acetylene, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. These are all non-metals. In P block, these are all non-metals. These are all metals: aluminum, gallium, indium, thallium, tin, lead, bismuth. These are all metals. Like this, all the three categories are present in P block elements: metals, non-metals, and metalloids. S block contains metals only. All are metals only: lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium, beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, radium. All are metals. This is about P block. And general outermost electronic configuration of P block is Ns2Np126. Okay, next we will go for D block. Observe. Till now we have seen this is S block, two groups. This is P block, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, these groups, P block. In between this S block and P block, we have 10 groups: scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc. These 10 groups are there. These 10 groups elements are called D block elements. Okay, those elements now we are going to see. Complete information we will not see, just first group, first period alone we will write in D block. Okay, our side heading is D block elements. Scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc. Coming with the outermost electronic configuration of this. Till now we did not see this configuration. Scandium configuration is 1s2 2s2 2p6 3s2 3p6 4s2 3d1. Observe, the last electron, that means differentiating electron, is present in D subshell. That's why this is belonging to D block. D1, D2, D3 up to D10. Okay, it is okay. But fourth shell is generally outermost shell. Generally, fourth shell is outermost shell, last shell. Why did we consider for these elements alone? This is also outermost electronic configuration. Because electrons present in not only fourth shell, even third shell 3D not 3s and 3p, 3D electrons are also involved in chemical reactions for these elements. For these elements, along with 4s electrons, 3D electrons are also involved in chemical reactions. That's why scientists considered not only 4s, 3D is also outermost shell, outermost orbit only, like that they thought, even though it is inner shell. Last shell is fourth shell, third is inner shell only, but they involved here outermost electronic configuration as 4s2 3d1, titanium 4s2 3d2, vanadium 4s2 3d3, 4s2 3d4, 4s2 3d5, 3d6, cobalt 4s2 3d7, nickel 4s2 3d8, copper 4s2 3d9, zinc 4s2 3d10. These are the outermost electronic configurations of these elements. This is called 3D series. Period this period, D block, this period contains 3D series, because This electron 3d1, 3d2, 3d3, it is going to be filled now. That's why this is called 3d series. And this group number is 3b, 4b, 5b, 6b, 7b. These three are 8th group. This is 1b, this is 2b. Zinc group is called 2b, copper group is called 1b. This is according to Mendeleev's classification. Now according to modern periodic table, this group number, scandium group number is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, next. If you go to next series, next elements, those are 4D series. They will get the configuration 5s2 4D 1 to 10. 5s2 4D 1 to 10. That series is called 4D series. Next, 5D series. That configuration 6s2 5D 1 to 10. Next, 6D series. Seven S to 6D 1 to 10. Like this, 4 series are there. Once in periodic table also we'll see. One, 2, 3, 4. One 3D series, 4D series, 5D series, 6D series. Is it okay, ma'am? Electronic configuration of first, second, third series, fourth series of D block elements we have seen. These are started from actually 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth period we will start. D block elements are started from 4th period. 4th, 5th, 6th period, 7th period. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th period contains D block elements. In that, those series elements are 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D. By concluding all these things, I am going to write general outermost electronic configuration of D block elements is NS2, just 1 second ma, NS1 or 2. Exceptional configurations are there. Copper, it will show 4s1 3d10. That's why NS1 or 2, N-1 D 1 to 10. NS1 or 2, N-1 D 1 to 10. This is the general outermost electronic configuration of D block elements. Why did I write NS102? Some exceptions are there. Copper group will show 4s1. Chromium group also will show. Copper group will show 4s1 and chromium group is also showing 4s1. That's why 1 or 2, NS 1 or 2, N minus 1, D1 to 10. This is about D block elements. Okay, all are metals only. D block elements all are metals only. Particularly about D block and F block we will see in 12th class. This is the basic information of D block. Okay, are you clear? I think you are clear, I think. So in today's class we have seen that started with groups. Fourth year onwards we have seen the groups. After that differentiating electron, and depending on differentiating electron, periodic table is classified into 4 blocks: S, P, D, F. In between S and P we have D block. Under the periodic table we have separately kept, that is called F block. Okay, and we have completed today S block, P block, S block, P block, and D block also. Okay ma, in next class we will see what about F block, and I hope you are clear about today's class. Any sort of doubts you have, you can ask me anytime and you can clarify. Okay ma, thank you all. That's about today. Thank you all. Have a nice day.